I recorded a video not so long ago about the precedence of a district council chairman. And in response, somebody asked me, well, what about the precedence of a county council chairman? So that's the question for today. This is the answer. So county council chairman has precedence over everybody within their area, which is of course the boundaries of the county, except the royal family, who of course take precedence over most people. And that of course includes the Lord Lieutenant, who is the Queen's representative in the county. So at an event, a county-wide event, the Lord Lieutenant will take precedence over the county council chairman. But in theory, and I say in theory, anywhere else in that county, the county council chairman will take precedence over the district council chairman and over the mayors that they might come across. Now I say in theory because sometimes I'd like to see the county council chair not try to enforce their precedence. So let's look at an example. Let's say the county council chair is invited to an event, and that event is organised by, let's say, a local charity. And they've decided that the mayor of their town is going to be their honoured guest. And they're going to treat the mayor of their town like they're the most important person at the event. They're going to give them the precedence. And then they're going to treat the chair of the county council as sort of also as an important guest, but not necessarily as the most important guest. And they're not going to allow them to speak first. Maybe they won't have them sat to the immediate right of the host. You know, other things that the precedents would allow them to demand. So what do you do if you're that county council chair? In that situation, do you go up to the event organiser and say, excuse me, I think you'll find I have precedence in this county. I should speak first. I should be the honoured guest. I should sit to the right of the host. I mean, you could do that. I just wouldn't advise you to. I don't think there's any mileage in it. I don't think there's any purpose in bringing up some sort of arcane rules that most people don't understand to try and make yourself the most important person at the event. I mean, doesn't that just smack of a little bit of kind of, don't you know who I am? So I wouldn't advise you to do that at an event like that. I don't think there's any mileage in it. If they ask you to speak second, speak second. Just try and make a better speech than the mayor, that's all. So I think firmly it's important who the organiser of the event thinks is the most important person at the event, not who you think the most important person at the event is. And to illustrate this point, I will tell you a story that I was told by a member of council staff who I'm not going to name, but they used to organise events in their local community, organised by the council. And I think if the event is organised by the council, then whoever their dignitary is, be they a mayor, be they a district council chair, they should have precedence at that event. That goes without saying. But the local MP always used to kick up a bit of a fuss because when you look at precedence, MPs don't do very well. They're very far down the list. So he didn't like the fact that it was always at the back of the procession and he was never considered to be the most important person there. So he'd always kick off and always complain about his place in the queue. So they stopped inviting him because that does solve that problem. If people come along and complain about precedence and how they're more important, they should be further up the queue, that's the upshot. People will just stop inviting you. Because people don't want to work with people who are a pain, people who think they're more important than they are, who have an overinflated opinion of their importance. That doesn't go down very well. So, yeah, technically, the county council chair can insist on being the most important person at the event. I just wouldn't advise them to. I think what you've got to really remember is that precedence is in the eye of the organiser. So just do what the organiser asks you nicely to do and make the most of it. Take it as an opportunity to engage people, to share your council's message, to try and inspire them even. You know? That's what it's there for. Don't use it as an opportunity to demonstrate your functional knowledge of precedence. So I hope that goes some way to answering the question about where the county council chair sits in the swing of things. If you've got a question for me, I'd be more than happy to answer it. Fill out the form on the website or email me, info@theciviccoach.com. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So my name's Duncan Basper and Brown. I'm the Civic Coach. Thank you very much.